Other cases that we are waiting on, it's almost kind of like kick the can a couple more days on some big issues.
Tick tock, tick tock.
Yeah.
I mean, we're waiting and we're waiting patiently, and they're adding more time. Last week they added a Thursday and Friday. This week they added a Thursday and Friday as opinion and order day, and so there should be some opinions at some point rolling out. I mean, you would anticipate that. You don't have much more time. I mean, you've already heard these cases. You know there's decisions that have been made, and hopefully we don't get a leak like we had the other day and like we had in 2022. Second time in 2 years that we had a leak of a decision before it got released. And so those are the things that they're dealing with. We just need them to make an official decision so we can see some of these things play out.
We know there are about 9. We know Trump's the presidential immunity case, still a biggie, waiting to hear that one. When you look at some of the 8 or 9 major cases that we're still waiting to have rulings on, what are some that are standing out to you?
I mean, if you're into the dramatics, and we're talking about the debate tonight, I mean, if they're into the dramatics, they dropped the presidential immunity case decision today. And so then that would be the major talking point during the debate. I mean, that's, the best wishes. I think that's the largest one that everyone's looking for. And if I'm a gambling person, I'd say they punt on that situation, similar to when they were unanimous, deciding that he could not be, held off the ballots in a number of states when multiple states like Colorado attempted to remove him. I think in this situation, they'll say, you know what, there's nothing that supports him not, having a prosecution and allow that process to go forward. If it goes the other way and they rule in his favor that he is immune, major win for the Trump campaign. I mean, and devastating for the Biden campaign, not just a talking point for this debate, but I mean, I think that shifts the entire election wholly towards Trump.
And of course, this all comes out of a new AP poll that the trust in the high court is at an all-time low.
I mean, and they're not helping themselves. I mean, you have ethics issues. You have these leaks that have been coming out. You have some bias, it seems like, that's coming out as well with the upside down flags. I mean, you have so many things. And these folks aren't robots. You don't want them to be. But the law is the law, and you should allow the law to dictate precedent, dictate how you make current decisions. And there seems like there's a lot of social media influence that are happening even within these justices. Even though they may not be on social media, the comments, the things that are directed towards them, they seem to be playing out in real time. And so, yes, it seems like trust within not just the highest court, but within the court system is waning. And so this is the chance for the high court to kind of reassure the American people that, listen, your justice system is still just that. You can go there for justice when you feel like you're wrong, when you feel like something is unconstitutional. We will be the rulers and the deciders to ensure that they get it right. They, as in our congressional leaders or our executive. Both individuals are supposed to be checked and balanced by our judiciary. And right now, it seems like they're not stepping up to the plate, and they're allowing their own ethical issues and concerns to kind of take the forefront.
Well, that's what I was going to say, is if you were in there and you were a consultant trying to fix the brand, if you would, of the U.S. Supreme Court. I mean, there's this fine balance of whatever your opinion is personally and following the Constitution. That's a very fine line.
It's not just a fine line. I mean, it's required. They have an obligation to set any personal biases aside and just rule on the cases of law. And so that's when the Alito situation, if I can go to that one again, he said it wasn't me, it was my wife. Because if he did flip the flag upside down, which has been, someone to show support for the insurrection during January 6th, that would be very, very troubling. Then he would have to recuse himself for any case that came before the court. They have to be fair. They have to be impartial. They need to be above reproach. I mean, I have the highest respect for the judicial office, but I need to ensure, if I'm advising them, that the American people see that. They do that by showing a strong support for the rule of law, for ethics, and doing what you're supposed to do timely. So let's get some decisions.
We will know. We know you'll be on decisional watch here, Khalif. Thank you for that.